Yeah.
Glassman reporting live from Scottsboro. We are still following a multi-agency manhunt here in the area. I'm not sure how much you can see over there, but there is still a pretty large staging area set up across the street, and we are still following this very active investigation. We are providing the latest details possible here. We have not received an update from the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency since just around 12:15 this afternoon, but we're going to tell you what we know as of right this moment. Around 1 o'clock this morning, officers responded to a domestic incident on Ruth Street in Scottsboro. The suspect, being identified as Daniel Victor McCarn, he's 29, of Huntsville, fled and a pursuit ensued, and it did end at the intersection of US 72 Highway and County Park Road. Now, again, that is just right over there, and as far as I can see, that the portion of that road is still closed as of 5 o'clock right now. When the pursuit ended, McCarn exited the vehicle and began firing shots, striking an officer. That officer has been transported to Huntsville Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We have not been updated with their condition at this time, but that is the latest update we have for you on their condition. Like I said, a multi-agency manhunt is ongoing, and it has continued for several hours now. Again, this information is coming from the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. The suspect identified as Daniel Victor McCarn, he's 29.
Daniel Victor McCarn. This is him right here with a smile on his face. Shot at police officer during pursuit. Them good old boys.
Of Huntsville. Aaliyah describes him as a white male, 5'10" in height, weighing 170 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a gray shirt, black shorts, endo shoes, and Aaliyah is reporting he also walks with a bit of a limp. Multiple agencies are on site here, including Aaliyah State Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, U.S. Marshals, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, as well as Scottsboro Police Department, Jackson County Sheriff's Office, and other agencies in the area are assisting as well. McCarn is still being described as armed and dangerous, and you are asked if you have any information on his whereabouts to call 911 immediately. I want to talk again about that blue alert everybody probably received around 12:15 this afternoon. That blue alert being issued by the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. And we don't really see a blue alert a lot of the time. So I want to tell you again the criteria for a blue alert. The Aaliyah describes it, quote, peace officer is missing, injured, or killed. An at-large suspect is believed to be a serious threat to the public. Again, this does follow what we've heard. A police officer was injured, and that suspect is still being described as armed and dangerous at this time. For those of you still tuning in, thank you so much for joining us on wherever you're watching us from. Gabe Glassman still reporting live from Scottsboro. Here an active scene. I'm not sure how much you can see behind me there, but it is still an active staging area. Multi-agency manhunt ongoing in Scottsboro after a Scottsboro police officer was shot in the early hours of this morning. Again, for those who are just tuning in, I will repeat my information. I am still providing you, again, this is the latest information that we have for you as of this hour. Around 1 o'clock this morning, officers responded to a domestic incident on Ruth Street in Scottsboro. The suspect being identified as Daniel Victor McCarn. He's 29, out of Huntsville. He fled the scene and a pursuit ensued. It ended at US Highway 72, intersection of US Highway 72 and County Park Road. Again, it's just right over there. It's, from what we can see, it's still closed off, and we are a safe distance away from where that happened. McCarn exited the vehicle and began firing shots, striking an officer. That officer was transported to Huntsville Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And a multi-agency manhunt has been ongoing and is continued for several hours now. Daniel McCarn, 29 years old, of Huntsville. Aaliyah describes him as a white male, 5'10" in height, 170 pounds in weight, brown hair and brown eyes. Aaliyah says he was last seen wearing a gray shirt, black shorts, no shoes, and
No
Aaliyah is
shoes.
also reporting that he walks with a limp. Again,
Okay. Let me see. Is this old or new? There's a press conference.
You call for a lawyer. Where does that phone?
Where's that lawyer?
Cody Durham, COTYDURHAM.
An official title.
Training coordinator / public information officer.
So, and this might be a little bit reiterating information you've given to different agencies over the day today, but what exactly is happening?
So approximately 2 o'clock this morning, our officers responded to a domestic incident when they made contact with the people at the residence. The suspect in this scenario has fled the residence. A vehicle pursuit ensued. The suspect vehicle wrecked out. The suspect got out of their vehicle and immediately started engaging our officer with firing.
Gotcha. What can you tell us about the officer who was shot and transported to Huntsville Hospital?
He is okay. We have spoken to him. He is and has been treated by Huntsville Hospital. He is injured. However, they're saying that they're not life-threatening injuries. So we just look for him to hopefully have a good and fast recovery.
Tell us. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. So ABI is currently taking over right now, and y'all have had all the investigators on the scene. Tell us, what does the community need to know right now in terms of safety?
So the biggest thing is we did have to shut down Highway 72 and a majority of the area around that, simply for the fact of public safety. We didn't want anyone to be driving through or anything like that and potentially come into some type of scenario that isn't safe for them. So we did have to shut that down, US Highway 72. If it isn't currently, it will be in the very, very next little bit back open so people can get through town as they are trying to. But really just anywhere around the county park and Highway 72 area, if you can, just try to give us some space. We are still actively looking for this suspect. We have identified him, and we are still looking. We're using aerial drones. We've used helicopters. We've used foot patrols. We've had a plethora of agencies reach out to us and offer their help. So we are still currently looking for the person, but as of now, we have not been able to find him.
I was going to say, you said 72 is hopefully opening up soon. Have you guys condensed the area, getting closer, hopefully?
Our search parameter and perimeter is still the same. We still have any and all intersections relative to the incident location. We still have them blocked off. We have officers monitoring any potential areas where the person could come out and where we may encounter somebody. So our perimeter hasn't condensed any. However, the one significant part of the incident happened on Highway 72, which is what caused the traffic delays and caused that portion of the highway to be shut down.
So where the kind of shootout was going down was on 72?
It was on and adjacent to Highway 72, right there close to Taco Bell.
Gotcha. Can you talk about prior history with this individual?
We have looked him up, and I shared the photograph of him from his driver's license picture earlier, but to our knowledge, he has no criminal history whatsoever. No extensive criminal history. A couple of citations. Other than that, there's nothing without doing just a deep dive that we see just by simply running his name.
And last question, just in an effort to maybe use this interview later once you guys do find him, do you just want to speak on, I know with a law enforcement agency, having one of your officers injured is worst case scenario for you guys?
It is, and I've been here for 12 and a half years. There's somebody I was speaking with earlier that said that they've been in law enforcement for nearly 40 years in this area. We've never dealt with this. So it's great to see the other agencies reaching out and offering their help. Some of the agencies that have been out, Madison County Sheriff's Office, we have a Huntsville officer helping us right now. These people deal with this quite often more than we do. However, for us in Scottsboro Police Department, it's something that we've never had to deal with. So it's great to get support from surrounding agencies that want to come out and help us find the guy that did this to our officer.
Anything else you can add or want to add that we haven't asked you?
Just if there is anything, the person that we're looking for, it'll be listed on the media outlets here soon. His name was Daniel McCarn, 29 years old. He was from Huntsville. He's moved to Scottsboro within the past 6 months. And if anybody sees the guy around, whether it be at a business, a residence, walking down the road, or anything else, just let us know. That way we can get him before he hurts somebody else.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add?
Thanks. We're good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Two little updates as far as the mass stabbing. Let me see. They're saying here, let's open this up. So with this, let's see. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right, so this mass stabbing that we were covering on the main channel, some little updates. Witness says friend's son and another shopper helped subdue suspect in Walmart stabbing incident. This was in Michigan. A major law enforcement and emergency response was launched Saturday evening following a mass stabbing at the Walmart Supercenter. Occurred just before 5 p.m. Level 2 mass casualty declaration as multiple victims.
Mother, they're shooting people in Travers. No, they really are. Somebody got shot. 2 people got shot. Look at that. 29 cops. Every state trooper. They like 15 fucking ambulances. Kind of crazy. Some old guy was running his fucking mouth, so some guy pulled the gun on him. Apparently there's blood everywhere, so they got like some kind of crime scene coming and clean it up too. There's a bunch. One in critical.
Mother, there's been a stabbing, Mother. I'm here. I recorded just like you told me to. According to law enforcement officials and eyewitness accounts, at least 7 individuals were stabbed during the attack and several suffering critical injuries. Tourniquets were reportedly applied at the scene to control severe bleeding, and CPR was performed with at least 1 victim in cardiac arrest. Oh, that's serious. Woo! Wow, witnesses described a chaotic and horrifying scene inside the store with panicked customers, employees running in all directions after a man armed with a knife began attacking shoppers at random in various departments. Victims were reported across multiple sections of the store, including the produce and grocery areas. Grand Traverse 911 issued a public alert asking residents to avoid the area near Walmart and Crossing Circle. They emphasized there's no danger to the public, just don't come here or get stabbed, as the suspect was taken into custody. Oh, okay. Eyewitness statements offer further insight into the events. Catherine Ann Clerk told Channel 2 that her friend's son and another shopper subdued the suspect before police arrived. Walmart employees confirmed that no shots were fired during the incident. Tasha Nash, who works at the store, stated, "Me and my sister worked there. The whole store started screaming. Ah! Ah! There was a guy with a knife. He stabbed 6 people. I saw someone stabbed in the eye. Holy moly, crackatoli." Amber Paul reported seeing a man she described as a foreign guy randomly. Oh, no, here we go. Oh, shit. What? Foreign guy? A foreign guy randomly attacked people in the produce section. An African-American man pulled a hero move and drew a pistol to try to stop him, she said, but then people screamed and employees shouted for everyone to run. Why didn't he shoot him? So a foreign guy randomly started attacking people, and she says he screamed, Allah, Allah Akbar, and started stabbing. I'm just kidding. He didn't say Allah Akbar, but among the injured were an elderly woman and a child, according to initial reports. Law enforcement agencies have not released the suspect's identity or disclosed a potential motive. The investigation remains active. So that's a hell of a little update there. I'm going to repost that on the Clips channel. Also, Katarina tagged me in this. This was supposedly a report on Reddit where someone had said that this was the Intel report alert said that this was reported by a Reddit user. My grandma was one of the people attacked. She said someone was going crazy with a blade of some kind and just started attacking. I hope her injuries are not terribly serious and she recovers quickly. She got cut on the chin, but that's about all we know. We live in South Dakota, so it's hard to know what's fully going on. So, interesting. Maybe there'll be a press conference later. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some kind of update, even though the suspect's in custody. If something pops off later, I'll jump back on. I don't know what channel yet, but I'm leaving things open for the main in case something crazy happens today or tomorrow morning or whatever. But yeah, man, be safe out there. It's crazy. People stabbing, people shooting. They don't care about the cops being around. Cops getting shot and run off the city. Mamma mia. All right, guys, but I will catch you later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are having a good day. I bought these interesting things called loaches, and I put them in my tank to eat the worms because I noticed there's something called planaria in there. And I was doing traps and catching them, but I was like, you know what? Let me get something called loaches. Now, this thing looked crazy. The loaches, oh, my God. Did I see it over here? Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, my God. Check this out. Oh. What the? It's normal. It's all part of life. The circle of life. What the? Loaches. They look kind of cool, man. They're in there now. And they're supposed to eat like bad critters and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Be safe. Love you. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop. Adios. Hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, all right? Bye. Bloop. Yeah. Thank you, Katrina. Yeah, please remember to subscribe. Some people don't realize it because I transferred them. Roaches. You might as well call them roaches. It's called loaches. Loaches.